Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm Sean, the Koi Guy, and it's Let's Talk Koi, episode 175. I hope everyone's doing well. It is, you know, probably the nicest weather yet today. I got Big C at my side over here. Just got us set up to do the show, and it's finally like the weather is.
It's gorgeous today.
It's fat guy weather.
Yes,
Yeah,
you said that the other night.
It is fat guy weather. And speaking of fat guy, yes, that's me. I am referring to. The Wegovy is working pretty well. Big C, I know we talked about this a little on the auction the other night. Yep, we are both doing. You're doing
the other one, Ozempic.
You're doing Ozempic.
Yes.
I'm doing Wegovy, and crazy. I literally dropped almost 15 pounds in 2 days.
That's amazing.
Which is just ridiculous.
That's great. That's great.
I'm totally serious. It sounds ridiculous, but like I was 340 pounds on Monday, and then by Wednesday or I think Wednesday or Thursday, I dropped almost 15 pounds.
That's great. That's phenomenal. Just congratulations.
Crazy. You can see like my face is skinny.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I can already feel it. So it's not just about like curbing your eating. It's actually doing other things.
Yes.
So,
well, for me, I notice it eliminates the food noise. Where like every time I pass by a restaurant that I know, oh, I like their pizza or I like their whatever.
Do you have a microphone on?
I do have a microphone. So it eliminates all that food noise for me.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. We have two people on. Good morning. I know this is not our usual time that we're starting the show.
I'm gonna turn off that fan.
Okay, yeah. It's a little loud. This is not our usual time for doing this show, and we've actually been a little bit lax about doing this show on Saturdays because we've been doing the auctions. But it's really important that we do have, and I like to call these like more like edutainment, where we actually talk about everything to do with koi, ponds, filtration, spring openings, winterizations, koi health. So all of those things. So this is really an open forum, and we're here to answer questions. So if anyone's on, I'm not able to see who's on this, or
no, we're not. But we know we have 4 people on so far. So hit us up.
Okay, you can see what channels they're on by clicking on that. So right now I have 3 on from Facebook and 1 on from YouTube.
Yes.
So good morning, guys. Welcome to the show. Usually we have quite a large audience, but I guess because we haven't been consistent with the show on the weekends, it's kind of died off a little bit.
And hopefully people are enjoying the nice weather.
So how are you going to see questions coming up?
Over here, when people. So if you want to write to the show, if you have something you'd like to ask us, just use your chat function on YouTube or Facebook. We'll see those come in and we'll comment with you in real time. So if you have a question for Sean, you said it is fall season. And we're getting into a pretty busy part of the season for pond owners.
It is a really busy part. I'm glad you mentioned that. We kind of go from like August, which quite honestly is usually our slowest month. It actually was our best, our busiest August ever. It was a crazy August. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, it's on the screen.
Oh, there it is. I'm not sure what's going. Good morning, Gus. I'm not sure what's going to happen economy-wise, guys. I like who knows, but it looks like to me like things are still going well.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely not complaining.
Government shutdown or not?
Yeah, government shutdown or not. I mean, things are still moving forward. Everyone has their ponds to take care of. What are you doing here? No, I'm just doing a live show. So, are you here by yourself? Oh, okay. Cool. What's up, Brian? What's going on, buddy?
Sean, by the way, is like Mr. Popularity around.
Our buddy Ryan is here. If you guys were on the auction the other night, Ryan was on there and picked up a fish. So what I was saying that lots of good things happening. The weather is great. Unfortunately, the government is shut down, and I don't really, I have to just go on with we just have to continue business as usual. We can't just like, say like, all right, all right, things are happening and things are shut down and like, all right, we have to continue. Like the fish need us, and our tariffs affecting you. So Michael, great question. The tariffs are actually going to affect us. Really not happy about it. Hey Rachel, the tariffs from Japan are currently at 15%. So 15%, there will be a 15% tariff imposed on all imports.
What was it
of
last
koi.
year?
I don't think it was anything.
Yeah,
Whatever it was,
yeah.
it was negligible. It was very small. It was not something that the customs would build it into whatever it was,
Yeah.
and it was a
Taken.
small
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at for the kind of the amounts and the volume of fish that we bring in, you're looking at tens of thousands of dollars in tariffs alone that will come in. So it's gonna hurt. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's not something that I'm too excited to talk about, because it's really, these are the kind of things that affect your business. And we're not going to get into any conversations about that stuff, other than I'm glad you asked the question, because things are going to change. Costs are going up. The cost of everything, the cost of living has gone up, the cost of everything that we buy here. And guys, most of the stuff that we bring in to the store, from other manufacturers, does get made in other countries like China. So that does change things. We've already seen some large jumps from a bunch of our manufacturers going up. We had I know Metalla products, I think went up 20% this year, earlier in the year.
You have one in front
Same thing with Aquascape. They went up earlier this year. Everyone's numbers are going up, and it's just an unfortunate scenario.
Question on the screen.
Yeah. Jake, good morning. Do you have plenty of pond nets in stock? I do. It's actually one of the things we're going to talk about. I do have netting that's default in a box at a size, but we also have our heavy duty netting here, and I actually just have a little sample here, and I'm going to talk about this in a second. But this netting we sell, I have tons of it in stock. It's at 48 cents a square foot, so it's at an amazing price. So please jump on in. Hey, how are you? You can go ahead, walk right by there. The camera's right over here, so you're good.
You were filming or whatever.
Oh yeah, we're doing a live show. Yeah, but welcome.
I like it. Bald menu night.
Michael or Griffin can definitely help you out if you have any questions with anything. Griffin is here somewhere. Just Michael will point you in a direction. So you're talking about bonsai?
Yeah.
Chris is not here today. So unfortunately, the store is open, but it's more of a just if you grab it and bring it up, and yeah. If it doesn't have pricing, it's not for sale. It's because he probably just planted it and he's letting it set before he sells it. Yeah. Yeah. So if no pricing, it's not for sale. Griffin can come and help you. He may be helping. You see Griffin over there? Is he helping?
Yeah, I'm going to go find him.
No.
Yeah. He is helping a client, so he'll be right with you.
So as soon as he's done with that customer, he'll come and help you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, check out the koi ponds. Check out the koi.
Yeah. Perfect. We have a koi house here too, and then another big koi house here if you want to see the fish in there. Of course not. No. We're all dog people here.
Very much. We are a very dog friendly place.
Beautiful.
That's a beautiful big dog he has with him.
Good morning, Sydney. My cousin Sydney.
Hey, Sydney.
So Michael was saying, better get some food ASAP. You know what? All these things. So, our foods, the foods that we carry. So Blackwater's food actually gets manufactured here in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that some ingredients that they're getting aren't from somewhere else. So that could affect things. It hasn't affected anything so far. High carry food, on the other hand, it comes from Japan, and it's imported. It's brought into ports in California. Interesting. When I used to design video games, I would drive to the developer and I would pass high carries, facility.
Wow.
You were talking like 25 years ago. So it's so interesting, like how just things come full circle.
It really does.
Yeah. Yeah, high carries food, I guarantee, is going to be going up. So
I agree with you, Gus. Griffin is the man. I guess Gus was in here a couple weeks ago.
we love Griffin. He's definitely been a huge part of the growth of Coin Market, and we love having him here. Karen, hi Karen. I have to say that I love that net. It's extremely strong, and it stopped an osprey from getting my koi. They did not. Yeah. So we literally, and I invested very heavily in this netting. We are probably the only company in the country that has this netting. I did get this from overseas, and because I thought it was so good, I went and I literally bought tons of it, so that I had it in stock, because it took me almost a year to get it in. So I bought a lot of it. So this netting here comes in a 12.5 foot width and a 25 foot width times whatever length up to 100 feet. Okay, so if you want a 12.5 by 60, you just tell me, and to figure that out, it's 48 cents a square foot. So you do 12.5 times 60 would give you your square footage, and then times that times 0.48 or 48 cents, and that will give you your price minus the sales tax. If you're out of state and you need us to order it, you can certainly reach out to me. It's not on the website right now, so if you do need it, you can just reach out to me, 516-547-0164, or you can text me at that same number, or you can email me at Shawn, SHAWN, @koimarket.com. I will take a quick pause to remind you guys to please like us, subscribe on YouTube, please like us on Facebook, please follow us on Facebook, please
Turn on notifications.
Turn on your notifications so you know that we have things going on. We have a lot of auctions coming up. We have our Japan trip coming up. We have our Japan auctions coming up. So we have a lot going on, and we're excited to bring that all to you. And if you turn on your notifications, well, you'll get notified. That's just kind of how it works.
Notify when we go live. I know you're planning to hit a couple live spots while you're in Japan at the end of the month also. So to make sure you catch those lives, hit on notifications.
Yes. So we do have a couple of things to talk about today. I wanted to talk about, hey, Thomas, good morning. I actually saw Cole actually mentioned that you reached out to him. You were looking for a specific, maybe some specific, I think some Matsuba. He mentioned you were looking for when we're out in Japan. So we'll keep an eye out. And
so that's something our clients can do. Our customer, if there is a specific fish you want, Shawn's out there looking for it. You will go to Japan and hunt it down if you can find it.
100%. And we will be launching a page soon where you can just fill out a little form saying, I'm looking for X, and it'll email me and let me know. But I'm just going to flat out say, guys, you can text me. Or you can email me. You can email me at Shawn@coinmarket.com, or you can text me 516-547-0164. Let me know if there's anything that you're looking for. If you guys are looking for specific fish, when I'm in Japan, we have no problem looking for you guys. But just remember, this is not Tosai season. This is harvest season for Nisai, Sansai, Yansai. So 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old. So these are bigger fish. This is not a Tosai trip.
You do have a Tosai trip at the beginning of 26.
In January.
Yeah, that's
so we'll be going out and hand-picking Tosai. But that's not this trip. These are bigger fish. So I'm excited for you guys. I can't wait to show you what all the breeders have. And this is our Disneyland. This is what we love to do. We go out every year, and we look forward to this all year long. I mean, we talk about, while we're on our trip, we're talking about our next trip, and we're talking about that trip leading up to the trip the whole year. So it's an exciting time for us.
And if you want to get a preview of what the guys are doing in Japan, on our YouTube page, we do have a Coin Market Goes to Japan, which is kind of a featurette from your 2024 trip.
Yeah.
So that's on our YouTube page. Check that out, and you can get a good sense of just all the traveling and how much is entailed in the trip.
Yes.
And just for the record, they drive on the other side of the road in Japan. For there is a shot of Sean sitting what we assume is the driver's seat, talking with his hands crazily. He's not driving. Every time I see the shot of you on that
It
video,
does look like I'm driving, but I'm not.
it looks like you're driving.
It's just
but you're not
flipped.
driving.
Yeah. It does look like I'm driving. It looks like I'm doing a lot of talking while I'm driving, and I'm not paying attention to the road. It's funny. Our guy in Japan he's quite the driver. He definitely challenges the vehicle every time we get in the car. So it's he's driven on these roads so many times. He knows the ins and outs of every single turn of every hill and every mountain in Niigata, and it's a little scary, to be honest. Both, I don't know if Travis did, but I know Michael got his Japanese driver's license.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did I tell you my son wants to go to college in Japan?
Oh, really?
Not like semester abroad. He's just began his junior year of high school.
That's crazy.
And we talk about colleges a lot because he's going. And he goes, I think I want to just completely study in Japan and immerse myself in it.
That's amazing.
I'm totally for it.
That's
I'm
very cool.
100% supportive. I think that's wonderful.
I did. Speaking of learning, going to Japan, I have to learn the language. I purchased the new Apple. What do you call it?
Translation earbuds thing.
Earbuds.
Yeah.
So I got the Apple earbuds, Apple Earbud 3s. All excited to bring them to Japan, and you put them in your ear, and they'll automatically translate. So I bought them. I'm super excited. I get them. I go to download the languages, and it says the Japanese translation won't be out until end of the year.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
frustrating.
I was like, what? Like I specifically bought them for that. And
so we have some questions.
Apple. I mean, really?
Yeah.
So how much would a 2-year-old be? Karen, you're asking a very, very, very broad question.
Yeah, let's explain that.
So we will have Nisai that will be probably stuff. There are fish that we're purchasing that are high-end fish. So we literally have Nisai that could be in the many thousands of dollars, and we just sold a 2-year-old Nisai for $8,000 to a customer. He got this amazing fish, gorgeous Ginring Ginga, but you can see Nisai in the 600 range, and it's gonna I had a feeling.
I think she meant feeling.
A feeling.
Yes.
And you have stuff that's going to be in the $500 to $600 range. It depends on the fish, and it depends on how we're buying. So if I'm buying, in bulk, a large amount of a specific grouping of fish, I can get them at a discount. But when we're buying single high-end fish, you're definitely in bigger dollar territory.
I think that speaks to the fact that every fish is its unique product.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a product. Every fish is a unique product, so it's really hard to put a blanket statement.
I mean, it's the same thing with the Tosai, 1-year-old. Karen, I don't know if you've been on the auctions, but I mean, we had fish. We had a Tosai sell the other day for $1,300.
It was a gorgeous fish.
Yeah, it was gorgeous fish. The customer came and picked it up yesterday, but there are record-breaking numbers for Tosai in Japan. Like Tosai selling, like literally, I think there might have been $1 million Tosai at one point. Have you considered bringing some customers along with you? You know what, Thomas? We have talked about it for years, and we're just this is the honest truth is that we're so busy with everything we have going on there that it wouldn't be fair to everyone that came with us, because while you want to go and do specific things, my goal is literally hunting down fish for the entire season, for our live streams, for our auctions, for the store, for our auction store. So we actually have a new auction area of our store that's opening up soon. So we have so many things going on there that and our wholesale koi business. So it wouldn't be fair to bring someone with us and then have them just trailing behind us where we had to go to do what we had to do. So that's the real reason we haven't done it. Because if I did take customers out there, then it needs to be out, like it needs to be completely about them. And I just, we just haven't had that moment to do that.
Makes sense.
But great question. Just to look though, I do want to get a couple of koi next year. Sure. You know what, guys, koi collecting is it's a progression of you as a collector. So what happens is, over time, I mean, you're going to start, and this happens almost always. You're going to end up buying some Tosai, and you're going to watch them grow out, and you're going to see that the Tosai change so much that as your taste change, you're going to start buying older fish, knowing that on older fish, and their koi are always changing, but at least if you're buying Nisai, you have more of an idea on the direction of where they're going. When you're buying Tosai, I mean, they can change so drastically that I've literally seen a koi type go from one koi type to another koi type. They can change so drastically. And listen, it's always fun to buy Tosai, and sometimes it's just not it's cost prohibitive. Like you can't afford to buy, at a certain price range, so that this is what you get. And I'm not saying it's not awesome to buy Tosai, because it is awesome to buy Tosai. But when you're buying Nisai and Nisai, Sansai, Yansai, so 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, you're getting a fish that is going to be further along in their progress as far as where they're going to go, in their colors and their patterns and their skin quality and their body conformation. And so it's definitely much easier to see where the direction is going when you're buying an older fish than when you're buying a Tosai. Because there are so many things coming out, and we've talked about that, and we've shown. Oh, I don't have my camera with me. I gotta forward you the evolution.
Oh yes, yeah. So we can bring it up.
Just pop them up on screen.
You showed that to me on Thursday's auction.
Yeah. So we have all these great progression photos, and I love doing those because it's a lot of times you see the progression of where a koi goes from a Tosai, all the way sometimes to a Gosai, and in a lot of instances, you would not have chosen that fish. Maybe as a Tosai or a Nisai, or even as a Sansai, you may have passed on a fish and been like, yeah, I don't think so. But you see that fish when it's almost finished, and you're like, oh my God, like I definitely would have bought that fish.
That makes sense.
You see it all the time, but it goes the other way too. I mean, a lot of times if the fish don't go, the way you want them either. So but that's the excitement of collecting koi. The excitement of being in this hobby and collecting koi is the mystery of how these fish are going to turn out. And if you guys have watched our shows over the years, and you've watched our auctions and our live streams, and we've had these discussions, and you've purchased koi before, how much koi change. And I always say, that beauty is beyond skin deep. And you have to look at a fish and look at the future of that fish, trying to see where the fish is going to go. You're going to look and see those hints of colors underneath the skin to see what's coming up, to know where they're headed. And then just have that foresight to see all right, I can see the color coming up here. All right, Sumi's going to come up right there, and you can see where color is coming up on the fish, and you can gather your thoughts and make an educated decision based on trying to look at the future of where that fish is going. What's mind-boggling to me, what's crazy to me, is how the Japanese breeders are able to do it, literally when they're fried. I mean, they're doing 5, 6, culls, and they're going through. And when I'm saying culling, they're picking the fish and they're separating them, and they're separating them into different lots. And then they're doing it again and again and again, and that's how they're picking their quality of their fish. And it's an amazing process, a process that I would love to show you sometime. There's plenty of videos on it online. Do you have dates yet that you will be doing the live auctions from the farms in Japan? Sorry if I missed. Hey Ed, what's up? We were just talking about you guys this morning. We were talking about how my son Travis had ravaged some of the food that Tina had brought because we were having a food conversation. Did you want to come on camera? So my buddy Ryan came in. He's gonna jump in really quick. So this is actually the fish that Ryan got in the live auction. And what's cool? Take that. Are you okay?
Yes.
What was so awesome about this koi? Not only, I mean, this is a it's really a Marutan. It's a Deutz Marutan Goshiki. Because you could see some Benny spots along the back, but the scalation down the lateral line.
I didn't even realize it had that.
Isn't that?
I just saw the top shot and I said,
It's so Chad and I have been talking about that, is trying to get, when we're doing some of these, when they have something unique on the side, because guys, koi are generally, they're bred to be looked down on. So when they're in your pond, so you're looking down on the fish. So they're bred to have their patterns on the top. So you're usually not looking, sorry buddy, you're usually not looking at a koi to see what they look like. This is one of the reasons why koi really aren't great aquarium fish. It's not because they can't swim.
Yeah.
It's because they don't really look very nice from the side. So you're looking at a fish and it's kind of plain from the side. But if you can see this Deutz Goshiki right here, you can see the cool scalation going down the lateral lines on this fish. And it, from the side, I mean, this would make a great fish tank fish because
Definitely.
he looks so freaking cool from the side.
yeah, definitely from the side. From the top, he's fantastic.
Yeah,
The side was a nice bonus.
Yeah. So
Yes,
he
perfect.
also has great Ginrin scalation going down symmetrically down the spine of this fish. So that was a good pick. Yeah. Really
Yeah.
unique.
I'm excited for it.
What's up, buddy? You going to tell us a story about, you tell us the fun story or the not, like,
Well, I
story?
joke around and I say Katie found out that I bought another fish, and that's the story I'm telling you.
It's a good story.
And we'll leave it at that. That's
Yeah.
fine. No, it was a silly little accident 2 weekends ago, but we're okay. It happened right after I picked up the last fish.
Yeah.
Who's doing great and thriving and
Yeah.
loving his new home. Although he's the little guy with.
You still haven't given us any info.
Oh, what on this?
Yeah.
Motorcycle. I slipped
Really?
and I wiped out on a motorcycle.
Like a dirt bike or
Street bike
really?
on 25A. Yeah.
Holy
We're
cow.
Okay. It was my first and last crash.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah. So we're done with that chapter. We're gonna focus on fish moving forward.
It's, you know what? It's a safer hobby. I'm not saying it's a less expensive hobby.
It certainly isn't, but it's certainly
It's a
safer.
safer hobby.
Yeah. Brings and
There you go.
guaranteed to bring a smile to my face every time.
It's good
Does.
seeing you.
Likewise.
Yeah.
How's this going?
Everything's good. We haven't done the live show in a bit, so we wanted to go back to trying to do it consistently, especially with
Nice.
ponds closing up. We wanted to give people some information, and we've been doing so many auctions. So
definitely
thank
gotta
you
do it.
for hanging on the auctions. It's been fun.
I find it to be a lot of fun. It's cool watching the fish. I mean,
Yeah.
I end up buying one every other week. It seems like now.
Hey, you don't have to get one every time.
But I see him. I'm like, "Oh, nobody's bidding on it. I gotta keep the streak going.
Thank you, buddy.
But it is a lot of fun. You learn a lot. I find it extremely interesting. And you guys know your stuff, and you guys have great fish. There's no better spot
Thank you.
to spend my Wednesday evenings than watching an auction.
It was funny. Like we debated for a while on what night to do it.
Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday. I mean,
Wednesdays worked out pretty good. I mean, we did it this Thursday because we had a holiday this week.
That makes sense.
I guess either a Wednesday or Thursday works. And the question just came up when we're doing when are we going to Japan? So we do have our first trip coming up. We will literally, Michael, the 25th we'll be out there. Are we leaving the night of the 25th? We get there on the morning of the 26th, or yeah. Yeah, we're there. We're there on the 26th of this month.
How long are you going for?
This one is just a week,
Okay.
but this is the crazy week. We may do a little bit of koi harvesting in the mud ponds.
Interesting.
Just to just mess around a little bit. We'll be going to a lot of places. The interesting thing about this time of year is it's crazy there. Every breeder around the world is there at the same time. So, like, normally when we go, like we're the only ones there.
Yeah, it seems nice.
But now, like at Marusek, Jerome was telling us on the phone the other day. He was like, "You may not be able to find a parking spot at Marusek." Yeah, that's how crazy it is.
It's nuts.
So
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Though.
So there'll be more than the gentleman that I pushed in the pond last time. So
I remember that.
yeah.
Are you planning on doing any auctions there like you did last time?
Yeah, we are. We have some big plans. We haven't announced exactly how we're doing it yet, but we have some big plans. So as we get closer, we'll start talking about it.
Yeah. Well, that's always fun too, because I just throw that on at night with the time difference.
Yeah,
Like,
it'll
you
be-
do it early in the morning there, right?
Yeah, exactly. So what's going to happen is the plan is to do auctions in the morning so that they're basically, it'll be your evening. So around 6:45, 7 o'clock, same time we do our auctions now. It'll just be really early in the morning there for us, which
Just
would,
a lot of coffee.
yeah.
We'll be okay.
yeah, we'll be fine.
But how many places are you hitting up?
I don't know, like too many.
All right. Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
You're not-
the idea is to
You're not gonna be bored.
we're definitely not going to be bored. We will literally hit the ground running, probably 5, 6 in the morning. We're already going to be going,
Wow.
doing the auctions. And then we finish the auction. And as soon as we finish that auction, we head out and we buy more fish.
Go to the next.
Then we're going to, process everything,
Mhm.
send it out, and then start all over again for the next day. So it's going to
Amazing.
be crazy. Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm excited. One of these years, I'm going with you.
Okay.
I gotta figure. I don't know how, but I like to figure that
We'll
one.
figure it out.
Out. Yeah, I think that'd be amazing.
Again, I know I keep doing, I could do
Ah.
your thing on your own, but
Pleasure.
we'll
Yeah.
talk more.
Thanks for doing everything. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, buddy.
Enjoy. I'll talk to you later.
All right. You got it?
Yep. Well,
All
good.
right. So I'm glad you guys got to see that. Ryan picked a great fish, and if you guys want to be part of our auctions, we'd love to have you. We have another auction coming up. Do you remember what the date was? It was.
I think we're saying the
we're
15th.
I think we're planning on the 15th.
Yeah, we got to pick
Which
out
is
fish
a-
for that.
Yes, we have to pick out fish. We'll have to do it on Monday.
Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah, you'll be here Monday, so we'll pick them out on Monday. So I'm looking forward to that. Lots of great fish to pick out. So yeah, because we sold out every single fish in the auction.
31, 32, around that. Yeah.
Yeah, we sold every single fish in the auction. So that was a good auction. It started off a little slower.
Yep.
That fish looks much bigger than when in the bowl during the auction. So it's tough to really get a scale.
It really is.
We used to have like a tape that we put in the bowl.
Like a tape measure, like a
Yeah, they make like a
yardstick?
sticker tape
Yeah.
you can put in the bowl just so
Mhm.
you can kind of see. We have our viewing bowls, but on the smaller toe side, putting them in a big bowl just makes the fish look really tiny.
Yeah.
So we do have a smaller bowl for the smaller fish, which helps us out when we're shooting.
I wonder, maybe we could do something like we still have the fish in the bowl, but then maybe a static picture of the fish also on screen with something to reference it off of, For example, I'm selling a 97-inch television right now, which is huge.
Yeah.
So I took some pictures of it, and it looks like a 35-inch television because it has no reference to it. So I parked a car next to it, took it out of the garage, parked the car next to it, and now you can see just how big this television is.
Right.
So, yeah, so you sometimes need something next to it to make it see the actual size.
Something I actually have to bring up that came up. Well, I will, not naming any names, but we did have someone who bought, a couple weeks ago. I forgot to mention this. We always post the size of the fish
Yep.
on screen. It's always on there. But we did have a customer who won a fish, and when he came in to pick it up, he was like, oh, I didn't know the fish was going to be this size. But you know what? I mean, we do post exactly what size of fish is
Yes.
on screen. And then when we invoice, that same size goes in the invoice. It says what size it is. But when the customer came in, it's like, oh, I didn't know it was a small. So I just, we are clear about it, and I'll make sure that everyone knows that when we're on there. I highly recommend that customers plan to log in and get some great fish and great prices when you have those auctions directly from the breeders. Yeah, it is. Thank you, and we're going to let everyone know with plenty of time to be a part of this.
If you're already on our Zoom auctions, you're in. Thank you, first of all. But if you're ready, I'll talk while Sean says hello to some more people. But if you're on our Zoom auctions already, you will be getting emails from Zoom alerting you to when an auction is going to be happening. So if you want to get on our Zoom auctions and you're not yet there, we can register you by hand.
We
can,
should have a thing on screen.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have like a
registration form yet.
We need a registration. Yeah. Another,
so in the meantime, call over to the shop.
Can you put that on your list and talk to Cole about that? But yeah, super important. You want to get on our registration list. We just need a registration form. Call the store at. Okay, so 516-809-6771. You can also text Cole at Cole, COLE, or email. Thank you. Yeah, there you go.
I got it.
You can also Nicole at coinmarket.com. Cool.
Good that.
And guys, when we do these live shows, I mean, listen, during the auctions, please ask questions as well. We love answering questions. We love for you guys to be a part of the show. And that's what makes it so special, is you guys being a part of it, asking questions. Like, this is what we do. We live, sleep, eat, breathe koi, filtrations, pond construction, anything to do with this hobby is what we think about all the time. And Big C, I don't think you ever thought that you would ever be thinking about doing stuff like this.
No, I mean, I come from
now, like you're coming in and you're like, the names of the fish and you're talking to customers and you're like,
well, first of all, I mean, this place is like an Eden. You know that. You've heard that before. Like a Garden of Eden. It's a very special place. And coming from Brooklyn, where I was before this, with the concrete jungle of downtown Brooklyn, this is just night and day. So I'm so much happier out here. I'm so much more relaxed too. It's one of the things I find. I sleep better.
I really like the environment that we've created here. I love the space that we've done.
I like that we closed off the walls. I mean,
everything.
I like that you put in 2 jacuzzi tubs. Those aren't jacuzzi tubs?
Those are jacuzzi tubs. Yeah.
We'll talk about those.
We'll talk about that. Remind me that I have to talk about that afterwards. If you didn't see this, our boy Griffin actually painted this the other day. He came out really good. We decided to sell some pumpkins. We're trying to support our locals. So we have a lot of local farms. So we picked up a whole bunch of pumpkins, and we've been selling pumpkins. And Griffin did a great job on this.
He really did.
Added the Menwari on which is the mask on the front of this shower right here, and so cool. Griffin, you did a great job on this pumpkin, buddy.
Feedback's been nice.
And
so you have some stuff in front of you. What's up with this red?
I do.
Licorice?
I wanted to talk about. I don't like that licorice. I'm not a big fan.
No,
I'm a big fan of like the Twizzler string.
Yes, I know that.
Those are really. I'm a licorice person. Like, I'm a gummy person actually.
Yeah. We've discussed
this is not a gummy.
Oh, it's not.
It's not. I wanted to talk a little bit before we actually show you, and what's going to happen is Big C is going to work with Travis. I think maybe this week.
Yeah.
And we're going to actually show you a live of, or we can just film it and
film it, put it together.
We'll figure it out.
Yep.
But the idea is to show you how we winterize a pond, and I'm going to show you that because unfortunately we're in winterization territory. We're heading towards winter. It's officially fall, and it is starting to cool down. I I don't remember what the temps were. I think the water temps here are probably in the 62 to 65 range. So if you added a fish right now, it's getting to that point where it's kind of like the last week or so. Although it's supposed to be in the 80s this week.
Yeah, it's supposed to be very nice,
It's supposed to like
gorgeous. This is probably our last
kind of unheard of weather for
Well, I reminded of something you said in May of this year, or maybe April, right when I started, that slowly but surely this area of Long Island and New York City is slowly becoming like a subtropical climate. We are definitely warmer longer.
True. We are, and I know, but I've actually noticed that going all the way back 25 plus years ago, like or further, when I was actually doing, I worked for Atlantic Nursery back in the day in Freeport, and I remember like these Septembers just were warmer. And excuse me, it's actually been going on for some time. The climate has been changing, and it's definitely been getting warmer.
Yeah.
And all around, what's interesting is, last winter was super cold, but the 5 winters before that were so warm that like it was actually it was very dangerous for the fish.
Yes, and it was a cold winter, but I don't remember much snow at all. It wasn't the snow with it.
Last winter we had more snow last winter than we've had probably the couple of years combined.
Yeah.
But so let's talk about those dangers. I mean, so why is it dangerous when it gets warmer in the wintertime? You have those warm days, you have cold days, and then it gets warm out. Well, it's not dangerous for us, but it's actually dangerous for the fish. And the reason why it's dangerous for the fish is, in general, your beneficial bacteria, your Nitrosomonas nitrobacter bacteria, which is the beneficial bacteria that removed ammonium nitrite, has gone dormant. Okay, it's now either slowed down or gone dormant, and it's no longer functioning. So you're only doing mechanical filtration. If you're still leaving your pond running at that point, you're only doing mechanical filtration, which is the removal of suspended solids, leaves, and debris. Your biological has ceased to perform. So that's generally not an issue, because when your fish are going down into that torpor state, they're dropping down to the bottom where it's warmest. And just really quickly, just to explain, geothermally, the earth is heating the pond to an extent. The bottom of your pond is that warmest area. Your fish are slowing down their bodies, or staying down at the bottom where it's warmest. The coldest is obviously up at the top, where the ice is forming. They're sitting down at the bottom. They're not hibernating, guys. Okay, they are awake, but they've slowed their bodies down. If you walk by them, they're gonna move. They're not sleeping. They're not in hibernation. But their bodies are slowed down. They're incredibly weak at that point. They're basically going to live off of whatever reserves, fat cell reserves that they've built up. So it's important to make sure that you're feeding them good right now. Give them a good cool season food, which we're gonna talk about in a second. But we were talking about
cool weather. If it warms up in the middle of winter.
Thank you. If for whatever reason we get some warm weather in the middle of winter where it goes into the 60s plus, and that water warms up, your fish are actually going to come up. They're going to start eating. And even if you're not feeding them, they're going to be eating algae, anything they can find, and they will actually be creating ammonia. They're going to be creating waste that can't get processed, which means they're literally sitting in their own pee and poop. Okay, which is very dangerous for them. Okay, getting an ammonia spike in the middle of winter is very dangerous. Your fish are going to be sitting in this waste. They're going to end up breaking down, and then you're going to see lots of bacterial issues forming, which is one of the reasons why we have this Pure Round Bacteria Pro here that we're going to talk about as well. It is a great new product, and we'll talk about that in a second. But let's talk about the process of closing down your ponds. Let's talk about what we do, why we do it. So the big question comes up, why should I close my pond down? Why don't I want to leave it running all year? And saying, so you should test your water quality then if that happens. Absolutely, Karen. Absolutely, you should be testing. I lost 5 fish 3 years ago when we had that up and down. Yeah, it's winters. Winters can be brutal for your koi. So there are positives and negatives to keeping your ponds running, and this is an every year debate that we have. This is conversations that we have with our customers about uh, to keep your pond open or close your pond. That is the question, and you know, we close anywhere between now 275 and 300 ponds we winterize every single year. This is normal for us. We've been doing it for literally 15 years. And I would say 98% of our customers, and there was a time when I thought when it would start to get warmer that we were going to leave ponds running, but 98% of our customers shut their ponds down. They just leave aeration running. And we're going to have a discussion about the importance of aeration. Very, very important. So 98% of those customers shut the pond down. And so the question is, all right, why? So what are the positives and what are the negatives? Let's go over the positives first. The positives of leaving your pond running. You're continuing to do mechanical filtration, which is the removal of suspended solids, leaves, and debris, which is a good thing. Your biological filtration, as I said, has gone dormant. So you're no longer removing ammonium nitrate. That part has gone. You can, however, still remove breakdown sludge and debris. There are cold water bacteria strains which are actually in this product here, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But you're only doing mechanical filtration at that point. Not a bad thing. So being able to remove solids and debris in the wintertime, not a bad thing as long as you are able to actually maintain the ponds. If you have a lot of debris in the ponds, and that debris breaks down, leaves and debris breaks down, and it clogs up your filters in the middle of winter, are you going to be the one to go out there in 0 to 30-degree weather and change it, and then be able to do a water change in the middle of winter? That becomes a problem. If the water slows down, and let's all right. So let's finish with the positives. So the positives, you're doing mechanical filtration. You get to see a waterfall running in the wintertime. Okay, which can look cool with icicles hanging from it. Quite honestly, those are really the only two positives. So let's talk about the negatives. The negatives, one, if you don't have a generator and you lost power in the middle of winter, all the water in your lines is going to freeze. And if it freezes, you are going to lose all of your equipment. If you have water sitting in your systems, your filters, all your plumbing, and it slows down and freezes, you're in trouble. You're going to lose it all. And we've gone to customers' houses where they've had to have all their plumbing replaced, all their filters replaced. Happens every year. They leave their UVs on. It literally, if it's a plastic UV, it's done for. If it's a stainless steel UV, all your quartz sleeves, all your bulbs, your ballasts are all going to be shot. So, really, really important. One, if you don't have a generator, you should definitely be shutting that part of it down. Two, you can end up draining a lot of your pond if you're pulling water from the bottom, like a pump sitting at the bottom of the pond. What happens is you get splashing that occurs, and you get we call it ice channeling, which can create channels of ice from the splashing that can channel the water out of your waterfall area, and water will go out the sides, not in your pond, and you can actually drain your pond. If you have a skimmer, it'll drop down to the bottom of the opening of the skimmer, which is also disastrous because then it slows down the water that's going in the lines and you'll freeze your lines. If you do have a generator, that can definitely help. But you don't want to be putting your water over a waterfall either. Why? Because you're taking that pond water, and if you're the pond, especially if you're sitting at the bottom, you're taking that warmer water at the bottom, you're exposing it to the cold air going over the waterfall and super cooling the entire pond.
So the whole pond will get colder, and the fish do need a certain level of warmer water at the bottom.
The pond is stratified.
Exactly.
So if you did that, you would literally de-stratify the whole pond. It would all become one temperature.
One temperature.
Yes.
So that's why, again, in the winter, as the novice I am, they're going to be at the bottom of the pond. They're hanging out where the warmer water is.
You're absolutely correct. So I am a proponent of winterizing the pond. So what that means is doing roughly a 15 to 20% water change, getting some fresh water in there, because the pond water is going to be sitting in there for 5 months plus. Aeration. And guys, one thing I want to point out is that aerators are not just meant for wintertime. You're missing it. If you're just using an aerator in winter, you're missing out on the most important benefits of an aerator. So an aerator provides oxygen for your fish, of course, but it also provides oxygen to your beneficial bacteria. That's your nitrifying bacteria that remove your ammonia and nitrite, as well as your sludge-eating bacteria that break down the debris in the pond. It creates current and flow, so it'll actually pull debris up from the bottom of the pond and it'll push it in a direction. So you always want to have your air diffuser. You can see that air diffuser opposite your skimmer if you have a skimmer in the pond, because if you have it in the middle of the pond, it's going to create turbulence and it's going to block debris on one side of the pond from getting to the other. Rather, you keep that aerator on the other side of the pond, opposite your skimmer, underneath the waterfall, or to the left or right where there's a dead zone, and let it push debris towards your skimmer. Okay. It helps with algal growth, and the reason why it helps with algal growth is it's feeding the beneficial bacteria, your sludge-eating bacteria, which is breaking down the debris, which is the nutrient food source for the algae to grow. So if it's working harder to break that down because it's feeding the beneficial bacteria and it's breaking that debris down, you'll have less algae in the pond because you'll have less issues with solids in the pond. And the added bonus, it also destratifies the pond, which is really important, which means that in season, when your pond is running, it'll take the low oxygenated water at the bottom of the pond and it'll mix it with the high oxygenated water at the top of the pond. And I'll explain what we do with our diffusers in the wintertime. And the added bonus is that it keeps a hole in the ice and it degasses the pond. So what's happening in your pond in the wintertime, leaves, debris, anything that you have in the pond is continuing to break down. And if the pond freezes over, it'll form these noxious gases that will get trapped underneath the ice. I don't really like using a deicer. I like using an aerator. If you're going to use a deicer, use it in conjunction with an aerator, because a deicer, I've two issues that happen with deicers. One, they generally use a lot of electric, and if it blows out, it can blow out the entire circuit. And if your aerator is plugged in, it's going to take out both things. If you do use a deicer and an aerator, make sure that they're plugged into not two different outlets, two different lines. Okay, they should not be on the same circuit. Okay, because if they're on the same circuit and it blows, you're going to lose both of them. So you need to make sure that they're on separate circuits. What happens with a deicer if we get a heavy snow is it'll actually just form an ice dome over the deicer. And then even though it unfroze the ice around the deicer, it's got a dome over it and it's still frozen. On an aerator, even if it snows really hard and you get an ice dome over the aerator or the diffuser, where the bubbles are coming up and the bubbles got trapped underneath the ice, they'll actually just go outwards and go out the sides, and it will always make it out. So you're continuing to degas the pond. It is the most important part. The most important feature of any pond is your aeration. Okay, a waterfall in season, we only say that it provides surface oxygen. An aerator does so much more. So it is a very, very important part. Can you overdo in the air in your pond? No. So Josh, thanks for asking that. What you're going to want to do with your aerator in the wintertime, this is what we do when we winterize our customers' ponds. Now, remember, we talked about your fish going into a topor state. They're going down to the bottom where it's warmest. You don't want to take this aerator or diffuser, have this sitting at the bottom of the pond. All right, if your fish are sitting at the bottom of the pond and the diffuser is down at the bottom of the pond, you're going to take that cold air from the aerator, send it down to the diffuser, and you're actually going to super cool the whole pond. Okay, so listen, I'm not saying that this is a guaranteed way to kill your fish, because it's not. Can they make it through? Sure, but you're putting them under undue stress, making the pond much colder than it needs to be, which potentially can harm your fish. Okay, so what we do instead, okay, you can see this is the diffuser we use, and this is a little piece of hose. This is 3/8 weighted hose will go on the barb. Okay. Now, if you have a permanent aeration system in your pond, either it's under rocks or it's tied to a bottom drain, you're going to disconnect the hose from your aerator that runs that system, and you're going to take a separate line and you're going to run it over the side of the pond for your air diffuser. Hose is going to run over the side, and we keep the diffuser around a foot below the surface. Okay, there's a lot more oxygen in the water in the colder water than there is in the warmer water, so you don't have to worry about that. What you do have to worry about is just having this sitting at the bottom where it's going to super cool the pond. So if you raise this above the bottom of the pond, so your fish are still staying warmer, and it's about a foot below the surface, it'll keep a hole in the ice and it'll degas the pond. One of the things I do like to do when placing this, and guys, this is just from years of experience, is when you're placing this, place it somewhere close to the front of the pond. So here's the pond. I'm standing looking at the pond. Keep that diffuser somewhere around the front, because if it does freeze up and keeps a hole in the ice in that spot, that's a spot where you can test your water over the winter, because you're going to be able to test the water. If the hole is all the way on the other side, getting to that water is going to be much more difficult.
So the machine, the aerator itself, stays out above ground, and you have the diffuser.
I'm glad you said that, because
Yeah.
we've had some customers actually take this unit and put it in the water.
Or put it in the house
Uh,
with a long enough hose.
I mean, I guess you could put it in the
Yeah.
house, but then it's going to blow warm
Yes.
air in there, and you could
You don't
actually
want-
change the
right.
temperature, and that could be detrimental.
So definitely don't
So-
put that in the water.
No, this is going to stay outside. You're going to have your air hose.
Mhm.
The air hose is going to run to your diffuser. You're going to hang this over the side of the pond.
So that's my question then. So if so I have a 4 foot deep pond. How am I getting it to be only a foot under? Are you stacking rocks, or are you just literally just?
No,
popping
I
it
mean, you could either put it on a shelf if you have shelving in your pond.
Mhm.
Good question. Or what you can do is you're going to take the hose, you're going to pull it up a little bit so that it's just hanging along
Oh,
the
so
side.
it's
So,
going
so
on the horizon,
if this
not
is the side of your pond here, I don't know if you can see that. I mean,
no.
if this is the side of your pond right here, you can see my hand. That's basically going to hang down
Okay.
like that over the side, and it's just about a foot below the surface, and it's going to bubble up. It doesn't have to be flat. It could be like this. The bubbles are still going to come out of it. This is the one that we like to use. This is from Metalla. This is a weighted diffuser. This is the 5-inch, comes 5-inch, comes 7-inch. I actually have the 7. Been waiting forever.
I know.
Guys, this is one of those things. So you have product, and yes, it comes from China. This product is coming from overseas, and we've been waiting for this to come in for, I don't know, almost 2 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been waiting for the 7-inch diffusers to come in, and I have a bunch of 5-inch in stock, which is fine. So aeration wise, on a could you put a 30 LPM or 30 liter or 40 liter through this? You can. You're going to have more back pressure. On the 7-inch is the max for a 40 LPM. So that's generally what we do. So if you're going to do 2 diffusers, you have an 80 LPM air pump, you'd split it twice, and you'd have 40 LPM going through each one of those.
And we have the splitters as well. So if anyone needs that,
We do. Thank you.
You can split them
we
up.
do have the splitters as
Yeah.
well. So if you guys see this stuff on screen, although our store is not currently,
Right.
it's kind of pseudo functioning.
Yeah.
If you clicked on not clicked on it, I wish you could click on it. Can you click on anything?
you know,
there?
I can't.
Well,
Maybe I
it says you can. What happens if you do that? Let's see.
I don't know.
Didn't do anything.
Nothing,
All right.
well, but take a screen
but-
cap, write down what it is, call us, and we'll put together an
Right.
invoice.
We
and get it
can,
out
we
to
can
you.
certainly put an order in for you guys. We ship all over the country. We have guys on here. We have 15 people on. We have people from all over. What's the
That's a
split
breakdown
there?
right now.
So we have 2 on from YouTube, and everyone else is on from our 2 pages on Facebook. So guys, thanks again for joining us. If you're just joining us, we are having a conversation about what we do for winterization. All right, so we've talked about aeration, the benefits of air, the importance of aeration, especially in wintertime. Do you have any other questions about aeration before I move on? I wanted to talk a little bit about water treatments. Can you overdo your air in the pond, Josh? I believe we answered that. And the answer is no. But where you keep your diffuser is really important. How are you guys doing? Good. So where you keep that diffuser is really important, and can change, the outcome of your pond over the winter. From having a successful pond to maybe not having a successful pond. And the whole idea here is hoping, that your fish make it through the winter, and not only make it through the winter, but they make it through as unscathed without any bacterial issues, or the least amount of bacterial issues as possible. So yeah, so lots of that. Babe, I can't talk. I'm on the show. I'll call you back. What? I'll
That's
call you back.
interesting. I'm just gonna. It was interesting that it took the camera offline for a second there.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, but I
Sorry.
mean, we stayed on the whole way.
Okay, we won't do that again. That was bad.
No.
Hopefully I didn't lose you guys.
What about the air pump itself?
So the air pump itself. So this is my go-to tried and true air pump. This is the air pump that I really like to use. Some very nice Goshiki in there.
Wow.
So
Want to see that?
this is from Mito. This is actually made in Japan. This is the #1 aeration system in the world. Is the Mito. This product is an amazing product. It may not be loaded. Yeah, I guess it's not loaded in there. We do sell these in the store. Oh, there they are. So the Mitos, we sell them in a 45 LPM, an 80 LPM, 120 and a 200 LPM air pump. Starting price on these is $330. The reason why I like these is they use a linear piston instead of a diaphragm. So all the other air pumps, this is the only air pump in the world that uses a linear piston. Every other brand out there uses a diaphragm, which wears down over time. And even if the air is working, you get less and less and less air every single year. This product does not work that way. You're literally going to run these things 7-8 years without a problem. They're phenomenal.
Great.
Great product. They are a bit more expensive. We also sell aquascape aeration systems, which we
Which one? This one or that one?
the aquascape aerator we have.
That one?
That's one of them.
I'll bring it up.
So we have a 20 LPM and a 60 LPM aerator from Aquascape. Also a really, really good aeration system. And we keep this stuff in stock. So if you need, we have it. We always try and make sure we keep the stuff in stock that you guys are going to need all the time. So yeah, so super important. Any other questions regarding aeration?
We might have got one. Let's see.
Let's see. I have one from you. Love it. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Let's talk about, do you have suggestions for those of us in the South? Temps usually sit in the mid 30s to 40s, but we dip into the teens. Occasionally, plan is to leave everything running for now. So yes, you can certainly leave things running. And that's why I wanted to go into the importance of testing your water parameters throughout the winter, why you should be testing, what you should be testing, and the products that you should be using through the winter. All right, so your fish are no longer eating, so you're not feeding them anymore, but you still need to take care of a few things. Your water can become very, very acidic from rain and snow. If you don't get snow, you're probably still going to get a lot of rain. In the last couple of years, we've had ridiculous amounts of rain because although it snowed a bunch last year for us, it did rain quite a bit too. And the years previous, it was raining all winter constantly. And the water becomes very acidic. So when the water is really acidic, the opportunity for you to get what's called a pH crash is very apparent and happens all the time. You get a pH crash, you will lose all your fish. So you're in pH, anything under a 7 is something you want to keep an eye on. You want to keep your pH at a 7, which is neutral or higher. And you can be between 7 and 9. You can be absolutely fine. That it becomes a problem if, number one, you have ammonia and you have anything over a 7, because it'll actually multiply the toxicity of your ammonia anything over a 7, and by a factor of 10 for every point that you go up. So something very important to keep an eye on. So the products you want to keep, and we actually have a new product that's coming out very soon, which is called Pond Defender. I'm very excited about that one. It will be available in the next month, so I'm super excited about that. We'll talk about that soon. But for now, you want to make sure that you're keeping your KH high. Okay, so you want to keep your KH. So you want to have a KH tester in stock. You should have a master test kit, which is your ammonia, nitrite, pH, and KH. You should always have that on hand. You should have a KH test kit as well. You need to be testing your pH and your KH at a minimum. You may want to also be testing your ammonia. My pH always runs higher than 7, but my hose water is a higher pH. Yeah. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. If your hose water is coming out at X, there's nothing you can do about it. What you just have to keep an eye on is your ammonia. If you do have ammonia and you have a higher pH than a 7, then you could run into some issues with the toxicity of the ammonia and your fish breaking down from that toxicity. That's when you're going to start seeing bacterial issues happen. That's when parasites start coming in. Parasites are opportunistic. Okay, so they will take that opportunity to attack your fish, and you'll start seeing ulcers on your fish, fin rot, tail rot, mouth rot. These are all things that you'll see. So number one, we have what's called pure KH stabilizer. You want to use pure KH stabilizer to keep your KH at about 125 plus. Okay, 125 plus will it's almost like a steroid for your beneficial bacteria. Okay, so number one, for your nitrosamous and nitrobacter, so you should be doing that all year long. But it'll also be feeding your sludge-eating bacteria, which will help break down debris. It'll raise your KH and it'll raise your pH. It'll actually raise and buffer your pH. Buffering means it'll keep it at level, and it'll raise your KH to the levels it needs to be, so that the beneficial bacteria that are still performing, your sludge-eating bacteria, are doing their job. All right, so that's out of the way. This is a new product, and what I'm going to tell you guys is to throw away every other beneficial bacteria product that you have in your possession. Okay, this is the next generation of beneficial bacteria right here. Okay, this is pure year-round bacteria pro, and why is this beneficial bacteria better? Well, the reason why this beneficial bacteria is better is it works all year round. You don't need a fall bacteria, a spring bacteria, a summer bacteria. This bacteria works all year round down to 33 degrees. Okay, phenomenal product. You can use it. It's a weekly use beneficial bacteria, and it will also help with pathogenic bacteria. So it'll help starve out the pathogenic bacteria, making your pond have less bacteria for your fish to potentially get ulcers, fin rot, tail rot, mouth rot. So you use this all winter, and it will help protect your fish. There's no guarantees, of course, but it will help protect your fish from bacterial issues through the winter and the rest of the year. So a great product to be using all year long. Again, pure year-round bacteria pro. Amazing product. Comes in a 1 pound, 2 pound, and 4 pound size. Next, I wanted to talk about koi foods. So you guys are going to continue feeding your fish for at least, hopefully, another month or so. You're going to stop feeding your fish, when your water is in a 55 to 50 degree range. Now I'm going downwards, not upwards. So from going 55 down to 50, your fish are going to tell you. Okay, and so we get that all the time. Customers say, well, when should I stop? It's not like a date. It's not like a time of day. It's when your fish tell you it's time to stop. So what's going to happen is your fish, because of the temperature, they're going to go through the motions. They're going to eat less and less and less and less. And then soon they're going to come up through the motion. They'll be like, and they're not going to take anything, and they're going to go back down. I don't know if they're going to do that exact motion. They may go like, oh, whatever. But they're going to go up to the top of the water, and they're going to look like they want to eat, and they're going to say, yeah, forget it. and they're going to go down to the bottom, and then eventually they're going to stop coming up at all. They're not going to be interested. You may already be seeing that, and you actually should be seeing, if you're living in a colder climate towards the Northeast, you're going to start seeing your fish eating less food. Okay, in the summer months, when you're in the 70s plus, they're eating like voraciously. I mean, they're just crazy, and they're literally jumping out of the water to get the food. As the water cools down, if you're new to the hobby, especially just so you're aware of what happens, this is what's going to happen: is they're going to eat slower, and eventually going to stop eating. Don't panic, okay? Don't panic. This is normal. They're going to stop eating. They're going to go down, and once you close that pond, and please, guys, you gotta listen to me here, because one of our customers killed all of their fish last year. They killed the entire pond because they kept feeding after the pond was closed. Very important. Once you close that pond down, when your fish stop eating, stop throwing food in there. And if they decide, and this is really important, and I know how you guys are going to be, because I know that how I am. When I see my fish come up in the middle of winter and they're like, because it is a warm day and they want to eat, you're like, I just want to feed them. Like, you just feel like you want to be that grandma that's like taking care of the grandkids when they come over the house, and she makes sure that every kind of food possible is there for them. Do not feed them. Okay, don't feed them. If they want to eat, they'll eat some algae. They'll peck some algae on the sides of the walls, on the rocks. Don't feed them. You are creating a toxic situation. What you're doing, if you feed the fish, especially after you close the pond, when everything is shut down, when no more biological filtration is happening, you're creating a toxic soup that will kill your fish. Okay, they're going to create waste that will not get processed. Okay, so for all intents and purposes, I say this all the time, they're basically swimming in a toilet bowl. Okay, do you want to be swimming in a toilet bowl? No, it's so the waste that they're creating is not getting processed, which means it's just sitting there. So they're sitting in their own urine and feces, and it will break down the fish. They're going to get sick. They're going to get ulcers. The parasites will attack, and it's going to be a disaster. So I'm just trying to explain and warn you guys ahead of time. Gus is saying, I just added the last maintenance dose of microblip. Can I just go to the... Absolutely. You can just go to the pure, yes. So good question. Really, is that a powder form, and how long will that store for? This will last for years. It is powder form. It's 4 ounces. So there's a first dose and a maintenance dose. So the first dose of it is 4 ounces per 1,000 gallons, and then the maintenance dose, and it gets used weekly all season long. The maintenance dose is 1 ounce per 1,000 gallons. So it's 4 ounces per 1,000 for the first dose, and 1 ounce per 1,000 every maintenance dose after that.
3-year shelf life when stored properly on that. So it's got a long shelf life, Karen.
Yeah, 3-year shelf life. So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So all amazing questions, guys. You can get this at our store. You can also get it on Amazon.com. So it's available on Amazon now. And if you have Prime, I believe you get free shipping on it. So yeah, even without Prime, I think you get free shipping on it. So you can definitely get it on Amazon. Great product. Very, very proud to have this product on our shelves. And it is a next generation of beneficial bacteria. So I'm very excited. Let's talk about netting really quick and how we do it.
Not cool food, or
Did we talk about? We didn't talk about.
not really. No,
We didn't talk
don't
about
feed them when they're not eating.
So we talked about what not to do, which is when they stop eating, stop feeding them. One of the other things that happens is the reason why cool season foods exist. Okay, you have higher protein foods, which are your growth-based foods, which you're feeding in the summer months, and then you have your cooler season foods, which are wheat germ-based food, and they're actually much more digestible, easier to digest for your fish than the protein-based foods. So when the season starts to cool down, you switch to a cool season food because it's easier for them to pass through their system. Remember, fish do not have a stomach. So they're going to break down. They have teeth. If you guys didn't know this, you may actually, if you're cleaning out your pond, you'll find teeth. little koi teeth.
It's crazy.
They're back. I guess I'm going to call them molars. They grind the food down, and this is actually one of the. I've talked about this a couple of times. Why you know the larger pellet foods are not needed, and it's now been proven not to use a larger pellet food, to use a medium and even a smaller pellet food, is because the larger pellet foods are they get broken down into, and they still end up in big chunks and don't get processed, and a lot more of that gets passed through. The whole idea for your fish is to use the most absorbable food possible. So on a smaller piece of food, they can grind that down, and it's going to get absorbed into the body better. And this is why we try and stick with the better quality foods versus the corn-based foods. And this is something that we always stress: is stay away from anything that's corn-based as the main ingredient. You want to have fish meal-based as the main ingredient. If it's corn-based, guys, what happens when you eat corn? What happens when you eat corn?
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
it goes right. It goes right through you. It goes right through you. So it doesn't get processed. It's not getting absorbed into the body. Well, same thing with the fish. The tetras, the Blue Ridge koi foods of the world, and not all their foods. I think Blue Ridge's higher end food is better, is a fish meal based, but their lower end food is I'm just gonna be honest, garbage. Tetra's food, absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. We grew up with Tetra. You know, Tetra was like the name. Like,
Is that the aquarium? Like,
yeah, but they make food for
like,
everything.
yeah.
But they make a pond stick that is it's literal garbage.
Wow.
You might as well, that's like taking your fish to McDonald's.
Understood. That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah, it's the garbage food of the industry, and I would stay away from it. We've been using Blackwater for years. Our store is built on a lot of stores, like you go to like a big box store and they'll have a good, better, best. We just stick with the better and the best. We stay away from the good. Why have a product that we don't really believe in? We have a product that is a more cost-effective product, which is Blackwater, which is an excellent food. It's fish meal based as the main ingredient, which is what we want.
At how that is selling right now. All the
Oh, yeah.
regulars are coming in and grabbing it. They go right to
I
it.
can't even believe how much we bought a massive truckload full, and I only have 5 bags left of our cool season. So I just ordered some more today. It goes really quick. I gotta stop saying I say a lot.
All right, it's all right.
I know you've been in this industry. It's probably one of those things that you've had to say to
You learn.
Yeah.
You learn. If you ever had time, watch yourself back. That's the best way to learn.
I know that I do it. What do you tell people to say?
Just don't say anything. Like I stuttered when I said that.
It's tough. It's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough not to say.
You just teach yourself not
Yeah.
to.
But
If you were wearing headphones, you'd be more aware of it, and therefore
I can hear myself saying it.
No.
So I'm definitely aware that I'm saying it. I said I didn't say I said I don't know if anyone's asking any comments.
Oh yeah, let's go back.
Save a bag for me. I'll be coming in, if not tomorrow, the next week. I will save a bag for you.
You got
Yeah,
it.
because I won't have. I'll put a. Griffin, can you put a? You want a 5-pounder or a 20-pounder, Karen? I have 1, 2, 3. I have about 10 bags of the 20-pound cool season left right now, or I have a 5-pounder. Let me know.
Oh, we do have a question here from Gus going back to the
Go ahead.
cure.
So do I just do a maintenance dose or a starter dose? You're going to do a starter dose.
Because he's coming off the other product.
Good. You know what? Good point. I mean, that would be a Michael question. I would have to ask Michael.
Michael's
He's helping
customer.
someone right now.
Yeah,
so,
we'll grab him in a minute. Gus.
I'll ask him about that afterwards, what he thinks about that. But that's a really good question. An excellent question. Yeah, you may be able to get, all right.
We'll hold that one.
We'll have Griffin put a 5-pounder aside for you. Done. All right. So we've talked about food. So we do this food. We also carry the multi-season food from High Carry, which is it's a very high-end food, but it is the best of the best. There is no better food. Could you put a 5-pound bag aside for Karen Jansen? She's going to be coming in maybe tomorrow. He took care of that for you. And I'll get back to you, Gus. I'll get back to you on that other thing. So we talked about food. We've talked about closing the ponds. We've talked about aeration. We've talked about water treatments.
Netting, we can go back.
We're going to talk about netting now. This is an important conversation. So one of the big things, and I see pond builders do this all the time, or guys that do maintenance all the time. They'll come to somebody's house. They'll do fall netting. We do fall netting as we call it fall netting. Once we put that netting on, we leave it on. Now, a lot of these guys are taking the netting off, like once the leaves fall. Guys, the netting is not just for leaves, it's also for the predators. So in the wintertime, okay, every predator out there is looking for a meal. Okay, everything out there from cats to birds to fox to raccoons, everyone is out there looking for their next meal.
I saw a possum the other day. Now, I don't think possums are carnivores, are they?
No, you don't have to worry about possums.
Yeah, but I mean, I saw them.
Yeah,
they're all over. I was shocked.
They're definitely around. Otters, everything is looking for a meal.
Yep.
And what happens is if we have a warm day, the fish are going to come up to the surface. And guess what? They're so weak. They're so weak that you could literally go and grab them without much effort and pull them out of the pond. They're so weak that they're not even going to swim away from you. Well, guess what? If you can grab it out of the ponds, then so can the predator. So this netting needs to stay. I'm just telling you the importance of netting. Install your netting early to keep the leaves out and keep predators out all winter long. Do not take your net down. And I don't know where this came from. I don't know what guy said, oh, like I'm going to take the net away. Like you leave it on all winter. Okay. And this is the reason why. So super, super important. Leave your net on all season. It's for predators as well. Super, super important. Okay. So this is the netting that we use. And what's great about this netting. So once this netting is stretched out, once it's stretched across the pond, it stays nice and taut. Karen, you had your netting. How well did that netting stay once it was installed? We use a 10-inch stake. Okay, this 10-inch stake has a hook on it. We put these every 2 feet around the ponds. So what we do is when we lay the net down, I like to roll it inwards. So we roll it inside. If you roll it outside, then leaves can get caught on it. You roll it inside like this. Then you take the hook. The hook is going to hook onto it, and it's going to hold it down in place. And you do those every 2 feet around the pond. This net will stay tight around the entire pond. It works amazingly well. If you have a larger pond, we use wire and winches. So we have what's called a wire winch. We sell those as well, and the winch goes on the wire. And what I do is I basically make a web of triangles across the ponds. And then we take so what we'll do is I'll cut 2-foot pieces of rebar and make them into triangles. And I only do them as a triangle at a time because the way this wire works, it is wire. Once it wraps around one piece of rebar, you can't tighten it any further than that triangle. It won't go around and pull the wire. So you have to do it. So triangle. You can actually take another 2, put it on this side. You can have one stake or one piece of rebar on one side, and then run a bunch of triangles to that one piece of rebar, and that works really well. And we have a wire winch. The winch literally slips over the wire. You turn the winch, and it tightens the wire, and it keeps it tight. And over the winter, if for whatever reason, if the rebar loosens up, you can just give it a couple of notches on the wire winch, and it tightens it up. And we'll make a web of this wire across the ponds, and then we take the net and we lay it right on top of that wire. And this is for larger ponds. If you have a smaller pond, like a 15 by 15, 15 even by 20, you can get away with not doing it. But if you have something that's larger than that, if you're going like a much wider width pond, then you definitely want to put some wire across it because there's only so much that the net can handle. I can't say enough about this net. It stays tight and nothing can penetrate. I've had raccoons walk over it during the winter. Wow. So Karen, thank you for letting us know that. This netting, I am fairly certain that we are the only ones in the country that have this netting. I have a very, very specific in that no one else has on this netting. So it's super, super, super heavy duty, very hard to rip this. You'd have to cut it with a knife, a sharp scissor or razor blade. It comes in 12.5 foot width and 25 foot width. So I wish it came in a wider width than 25, but that's what the 25 is the widest width that we have. And it works phenomenally well. And it comes in those widths times lengths up to 100 feet. So if you have, if you get 12.5 by up to 100 feet, or you can get 25 foot up to 100 feet. It's 48 cents a square foot. If we're shipping it to you, then obviously there's a shipping cost associated with that as well. Any other questions, guys? We have 17 on.
Yeah, you could go for 90 minutes.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I literally do the show for normally our live streams will go for 3 or 4
I remember
hours.
that when I started here. Yeah, they were.
I could talk forever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love talking about this stuff. You know what?
It's not work.
This is this is what we do.
Yep.
And it's important to guys, if you're aware of something like that can help others, you want to share that knowledge. What material is that? Plastic. It's like I think it's like a nylon. It's super heavy duty. I think it's a type of nylon. I don't have that answer for
I
you.
feel as though if that was anchored properly at a top of properly at a top of a wall, I could use the net to climb up that wall.
Like
I feel as though that
hurt
could
your
support
fingers,
me.
but it would.
Yes, but I'm saying it would support.
It is super strong. Yeah, it'll last you a number of years. Yeah. Any other questions about this? Please don't hesitate to ask, guys. I'm happy to help you. If you do want to get this netting, we can certainly help you. We can ship it to you. What I would ask is you really need to make sure that you're measuring. We try and go like an extra foot wider. Than you have to make sure you're measuring it not based on what the inside dimension of your water is, what the outside dimension of your pond is, and hopefully add like an extra foot or so in each direction, because you want to be able to roll it up a little bit.
But also, I imagine if you have a pond that's surrounded by rocks first.
Yeah, you have to encapsulate all those rocks.
Yeah, so all those rocks. So
those rocks are actually going to give it some height, around the pond.
Right. So you want to go further out to the ground and dirt.
I only have a few goldfish left there in the tank outside. The right on the other side of this wall. I only have a few left. I will have more in the spring, but I do have lots of koi. You're welcome, sir. So with that, I would say, if you guys don't have any other questions, sorry, I just joined and missed the info, Sean. What's the width of the netting? So Aberdeen, the netting I have, it's a 12.5 foot width by up to 100, or a 25 foot width up to 100. We have it in large rolls, so we'll have to cut it. So you just have to let me know what size you need. If you're not sure, definitely make sure you go out and measure first. Don't guess, because once we cut it, like that's it. There's no returning on cut net. The size is the size, and that's it. But it will stretch. You want to stretch as much as possible. These are the steaks. I don't remember the price of steaks. I think they're around $3 or so per steak. The only warning I'm going to tell you about the steaks is just be aware of where your sprinklers lines are, and be aware of where your pond lines are, because you can actually put this through your hose. And if your pond is shut down, you won't know until you turn it on in the spring whether you did that or not. It happens. But when you're knocking these into the ground, number one, don't use a hammer, use a rubber mallet. Okay, because if you hit, and I'm just trying to, again from experience, if you hit this little hook here with the hammer, it will break it off. Okay,
Basically,
but if you use a rubber mallet,
useless.
yeah. Well, no, you can still use the hole.
Yeah.
And then we can use another way to connect it, but they work really, really well. You just have to make sure that you don't, put it through anything that's on the ground. But we use these every 2 feet, so you need to order enough to put them every 2 feet. And again, this is from experience putting them in. If you put them in every 2 feet, nice and tight, wrap it from underneath, and we're actually gonna show you guys how we do it. We're gonna film this week doing the pond outside, and you guys can check it out.
Karen, I see your little message here. I'm going to bring up on the screen, saying you wish you can share the video of the osprey bouncing off the netting. If you have that video,
my God, I wish.
Please send it to Cole@coinmarket.com. We can play it on a future show. So by all means, if you have that video and it's a digital file, I think everything's a digital. I just showed my age right there, by the
Yeah.
way, as if it would be on a VHS cassette or something.
That's
I don't
funny.
know what I'm thinking. But by all means, email it Cole, that's COLE, at coinmarket.com, and we will pull it on the show. We can
Yeah.
absolutely play it.
We can. Guys, so from years of experience, this is a half-inch hole. And the reason why I go with the half-inch hole, when we first started doing this, we were going with the 1/8 inch hole, and that literally stopped everything from getting through, which was great, but it also collected so much debris. And when it snowed, it collected every drop of snow that I mean, you could literally pull in anything. It could literally pull the rocks from around the pond into the pond because it gets so heavy. We've used 1/4 inch. We went to 1/2 inch because this amount that will let some things through, but it'll for the most part it'll keep acorns out. It'll keep predators out. It'll stop any predators from being able to reach anything through the net. They may try, but they're not going to be able to get it. So, but yeah, please send it to us. Thank you. And guys, with that, I think we've been on for a bit, and I do really appreciate you guys joining the show and being part of the show. If you ever have questions, you can always reach out to me. You can text me at 516-547-0164. You can also reach out to Cole at COLE at coinmarket.com. So Cole at coinmarket, KOIMARKET.com. Thank you for spending all this time with us. It's always appreciated, guys. And with that, enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's going to